Hey everybody, this set of videos are just to review for the final exam so that you're super prepared and just seeing the problem worked out on a piece of paper only does so much, and so this way you can see me and hear me working out the problem. I'm only solving the most important problems off the review. All of the problems are worked out on the answer key, but these are just super most important ones. All right. So first, on this problem, I'm going to solve it, and I need, whoa, buddy, so thick. Hang on. All right, I want to distribute this 5. So 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2 is 10. Then I have that x equals 12 plus 2x. Then I need to combine like terms, so I have 5x plus an x. So I get 6x plus 10 equals 12 plus 2x. I like letter on the left, the variable on the left. So I'm going to subtract this 2x. When I do that, I get 4x plus 10. Oh. The answer key is wrong. So those who don't watch this video are going to be like, hey, wait a minute, what happened? It was 12. All right, then I want to take the constants, the regular numbers, and I want to move them on the right. 10 minus 10 minus 10. And so I get 4x equals 2, because 12 minus 10 is 2. That 4 is being multiplied, so I'm going to divide. And so I get x equals 2 over 4, and that simplifies to 1/2. The answer key says 0, because I incorrectly did 5 times 2 was 12. 5 times 2 is 10 last time I checked. Okay, I'm just silly. Okay. Let's do this one. All right, let's distribute the 5. Let's distribute that 3. 5 times x, 5x. 5 times 2 is 10. Minus 2 equals 2x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12. Right now, let's combine like terms. So those guys need to go together. These guys need to go together. So I have 5x. Negative 10 minus 2 is negative 12. If you can't think of it, then just type in your calculator. 2x plus 3x is 5x plus 12. I like my letters on my left. Top country. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 5. Right, so those cancel, so I get negative 12 equals 12. That's never true. And since that's never true, our answer is no real solution. If, whatever, we did this problem, okay, and we got positive 12 equals positive 12, then it would be all real numbers. Okay, so if the numbers equal each other, it's all real numbers. If you have two numbers that don't equal each other, then it's no real solution. And make sure you put that word real. My chair is super squeaky. I feel like talking country. Y'all used to live in South Georgia, and so I picked the accent real quick. I lived there for 4 years. So that was fun. By the time I left, I talked real country and slower, because I talk real fast now. Alright, so let's do this guy. This is 3a. And when you have a fraction, okay, you have to have a common denominator. And so the common denominator here is going to be 6. I'm going to multiply everything by 6. And so I'm going to do 6 times and 6. All right. So x minus 3 over 3 equals 6x over 6 plus 5 times 6 over 6. So I just multiplied, literally, I distributed the 6, okay, to everybody. And I just multiplied the tops, the numerators. All right, right now, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 6 divided by 6 is just 1. 6 divided by 6 is just 1. So what I have here is 2 parentheses x minus 3 equals 1 times x is just x plus 5 times 1 is just 5. And so this is just, instead of having fractions, I just have a linear equation. And so what I need to do now is distribute that 2. And so 2 times x is 2x minus 3. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Letters on the left, negative x, negative x. 2 minus x is x minus 6. My constants on the right, so I'm going to add 6 because you always do opposite operation. And so I get x equals 11. Perfect. Let's do the next problem. Right here we have decimals. And so when you have decimals, you need to multiply by either 10 or 100. It depends on like how many spaces. So like, hang on, like right here, there's 2 numbers. Right here there's 2 numbers, right here there's 2 numbers, and right here there's 2 numbers. So I'm going to multiply everything, this particular case, by 100. And when I do that, I'm going to get rid of that decimal because I don't want to deal with that decimal. So 100 times 0.006 is 6. 100 times 0.15 is 15. 100 times 0.02 is 2. And 100 times 0.05 is just 5. All right, then I like my letters on the left, so I'm going to add 5x to both sides because you do opposite operation. So I get 6 plus 20 equals 2. And then you just subtract this 6, opposite operations. And so like this cancels to give me 0. That cancels to give me 0. So I get 20x equals 2 minus 6 is negative 4. And so now I'm going to divide by this 20. So I get x equals negative 4 over 20. When I simplify that, gosh darn, there is another error on the darn answer key. I said that 2 minus 6 was 8. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. I just worked too fast. Okay, so we're going to divide everything by 2, and I get negative 2 over 10. Still, I can divide everything by 2 again, so I get negative 1 over 5. So I get 1/5 what x is. Come on, move stuff. Why aren't you? Okay, wait. What's going on? What happened? Why won't it move? Oh, that's aggravating. All right, let me stop this video. Oh. Okay, just kidding. All right, I need to distribute this negative sign so that I get 3y squared plus 4xy minus 5x squared minus 6x squared minus xy plus 7y squared. Right now, we combine like terms. So y squared and y squared can talk. Xy and negative 1 xy can talk. And then negative 5x squared and negative 6x squared can talk. Isn't that weird that that thing popped up? Who knows? All right, so negative 5 and negative 6 is negative 11. And then, so we did those guys. And then we have 3 and 7 is 10. Then we have a 4 and a negative 1, so it's a 3xy. And we just combine like terms. All right, now that we finished that problem, let's do the next one. Okay, this guy right here, oh, we can see it. That 2 right there means write it twice. Okay, so we have 2x plus 7 times 2x plus 7. And then we need to FOIL it. Okay, we're going to do 2x times 2x. That's 4x squared. 2x times 7. So 14x. 7 times 2x. 14x. 7 times 7. 39. And we need to add like terms. So 14 plus 14 is 28. And so this is our final answer after we've multiplied all that out. Okay, here, anything to the 0 power is just 1. So this is 9 times 1 times y to the 5th times z squared times 2. I don't know why I wrote 9. Times 2 times x. There's an invisible 1 right there. Times y, 3 times z squared. So first let's do 9 times 2. That's 18. Then let's do the y's will go together, the z's will go together, and the x stays. There's no other x, so he's going to stay alone. That sounds really sad. He's going to stay all by himself. All right, and then we're going to add the y5 and the y3rd. That makes y8. And then z2 and z2, that makes z4. All right, great. Okay, here, let's simplify the negative 5 and the 35. All right, that simplifies to negative 1 over 7. A squared, a negative 4. A negative exponent means move me, so we need to move it to the top. Move it, move it. So a squared and a to the 4th, when they're being multiplied, you really add the exponents. And then we have b to the 8th and b to the 12th. They're being divided, so we're going to subtract. So 8 and 12, so we're going to just subtract. And then I'm going to combine all this together. So I have a negative sign. On the top, I have a 1 and then an A6. On the bottom, I have a 7 and a B4. So I'm done with that guy. All right, the next video I'll continue the review.